happen.
It's only 39 million views.
Because people invest in the stock after they see the trailer.
Yeah, they're like, this motherfucker going to be good.
So one lousy trailer.
That's what Wall Street was saying anyway.
One lousy trailer and people go, well, fuck, I got to buy stock?
Well, that's the point. The trailer wasn't lousy.
No, I don't. You know what I mean.
I do. I was just being cute.
I was just
You sure
peppering
was
shit in
working,
there.
too.
Thank you, Jim.
Tell that to the front of my pants.
I didn't actually.
Okay, that's a little
Make
too
it big,
far.
Sam.
I didn't actually mean the trailer was lousy. I was just saying one lousy trailer. You know what I mean? Like
just
one
being-
little. So.
Like, let me be cute.
How crazy is that? So people see the trailer and go, oh my God, I got to go out and buy stock.
They were making sure it wasn't going to be as bad as like the last three that Lucas was on top of.
But by the way, everybody was excited when the prequel trailers came out, too. It's just a new story. It could have been the shittiest trailer ever, and everybody would have been like, Star Wars.
Yeah, those people got blinders on.
100%.
You think that too?
The Star Wars people?
Yeah.
Everybody was excited when Episode 1 trailer came out.
Everyone just has blinders on. Oh,
was the
Star
best
Wars.
one.
Oh my God. They freaked the fuck out without
Yes.
even really like letting it sink in.
Like, there's a good chance that this one could be full of cheese with all the, like, old characters coming back and everything. It could be great, by the way. J.J. Abrams is amazing, but it could also be a cheese fest.
Well, with that said, with J.J. Abrams, who used to do our show, let's not forget.
He's been busy making Star Wars.
He hasn't been here in a while.
Because he's been making
He's
Star
got a problem
Wars.
with us, doesn't he? What's the
does-
problem with us?
He's in charge of Star Wars and Star Trek.
Well,
That's a lot for one man
He should
to
find
take
time
on.
to come in here.
Why?
All the times we promoted his movies.
There's bombs like Lost.
Yeah, no, you're right. I was
Star
just thinking
Trek.
Star Wars could really use a little extra push from us right now.
Well, he should at least like acknowledge that we used to take care of him more than he took care of us when he came in here with those movies no one gave a shit about.
Like what?
I don't know, fucking
Star Trek, Super 8?
Trek, yeah, Super 8.
Star Trek, Star Wars. These motherfuckers like the whole big spaceman company.
We were there for him with the Cloverfield. That's right, Cloverfield.
I liked it.
That was a huge success.
I liked Cloverfield. I thought it was a great concept.
But you didn't. You said you didn't like it in execution.
No, the shaky camera really drove me fucking nuts.
Cloverfield.
It got me sick.
I like it. I watch it on DVD now.
I think if they calmed down the shaky camera shit, that movie would have done even better.
No, I don't think so.
I enjoyed it a lot. for
Yeah,
some
I thought it
reason.
was really good.
I did like it. Anyway.
What are we gonna play? I want to see. I just want.
You wanna see the trailer?
Is the trailer all visual? Because that wouldn't be good for the audience to play. I heard about it. I thought it was only in theaters.
Most of the audience has seen it.
You know?
So
That's
it's okay.
88 million.
Yeah.
That's what, half of our audience? 10%?
Well, now it's well over 88 million. That was for the first 24 hours. I'll make a deal. Let's do the Star Wars trailer, and then we'll play Champagne Supernova.
That's not a deal.
Why?
Terrible deal.
You just want
That's
to
a
eat
wonderful
these.
deal.
You want to eat the 7 minutes.
But that's a wonderful deal.
You're like, okay, here's my plan for the broadcast today. We'll watch a YouTube video and then play along song.
Yeah, that's a lot. The broadcast is, I want to watch the YouTube video, but it is the hottest thing going, as we
Do
say.
we get Champagne Supernova after that?
No.
I'm losing
An
my
hour.
deal.
I say an hour.
And you said Nova just now.
What?
You said Champagne Supernova.
Nova?
That's
Has the
what
Long
you just
Island
said,
accent
yeah.
came out, or is that
Yeah, it did.
allergies, or a little both?
I think it was Long Island.
Supernova. I know it's Supernova.
I know you do.
Yeah, I'll take the Nova. I'm chipping. Go ahead, Sam.
I'm telling you
Take
right
the
now.
boy out of Long Island.
If we fucking play this right now, we're playing Champagne Supernova
Why?
before the end of the show. Or I'll just tack it on to the after show.
There you go.
Yeah.
Good
Okay.
idea.
Oh, yeah.
Finally, something entertaining in that hour. No
7.5
offense.
minutes less of Sammy boy. Sammy!
No offense.
Let's save it for 10:30.
No offense.
I'm playing Champagne
I'm just
Supernova
teasing
today.
you, Sam. I love
Let's
it.
do this.
Come on, for
Go
everybody.
away.
Come on, you.
Go away.
Yeah.
Why do you protect yourself from a hug?
How come you don't like Josh good-naturedly?
I don't want any physical interaction with Jim or his characters. Chip is now, when I have interactions with people who have nothing to do with this radio show on Twitter, and Chip interferes in those interactions.
Can we rub our boners on your leg?
Yeah, or mouth.
No.
Just for the show.
No. I'm already watching that goddamn movie for you. I'm not doing the boner thing.
Let us rub our boners on your leg.
No.
Please?
No.
It wouldn't be a sexual thing, I promise. It'd be a silly thing.
I believe that, but still, no.
Cloverfield.
Suck.
Well, so I won't do that either.
You're fucking boring.
Come on, let's see the trailer.
All right, let's see the trailer, which means I get to play Champagne Supernova.
Yeah, Darthin all over town.
Darthin.
Okay, Lucasfilms Limited. Barky. yeah. I'll try not to talk during it. I'm excited. Right now, you're looking at a field. It's a field of sand. Camera's panning. There's something zipping along. Must be some kind of a space vehicle zipping along. Oh, look, there's a big crashed spaceship on the top of the hill over there or something. Star Wars. It's black again. The screen is black.
In my family.
What's that? I couldn't hear him. The Force of what? Who's that fucking monster? Looks like the Darth Vader mask that somebody kicked and an elephant took a shit on. I can't hear what you're saying. Okay, right now. Oh, look, there's a R2-3PO or something. A guy's touching his head. Hello, little fella.
My sister has it.
My sister, there's a lightsaber.
You have that power too.
Black again? I can't understand what's going on. This is stupid. Christmas? The Star Wars Christmas episode looks so good. Ah! They're flying the big flying machines again. Big deal. They run in. There's an explosion. There's a hand. A bunch of the stormtroopers. And there's a lady. Hi! Two things zipping by. Bunch of explosions. Guy took... Ah! This guy with a stolen thing on. Black guy. There's a little C-3PO monster. A lady again. There's another black guy. The hand in the black guy. He's grabbing it. There's another thing flying sideways into a giant anus. Oh, look, there's a Darth Vader looking guy. The thing is still flying and zipping. Black again. I guess that's the end of the fucking movie. I couldn't hear what he said.
We're home.
Oh, look at how old he is. Chewie. That's fucking Chewie. You sure are old or something. That's fucking Han Solo or something. It's amazing he can fly the old Millennium Falcon, but he can't fly his own fucking plane into fucking Santa Monica. He crashed that motherfucker. Fuck. We fly so far or sometimes. What am I? We can't home or something?
All right, it looks terrific.
Hope people enjoyed that.
I like
right.
Chip Baca.
Yes.
Yeah, it looks good. I mean, yeah.
No, it's even better. Now I get to play Champagne Supernova.
That makes no sense.
There's the deal I made.
With who?
I don't know, with the people. There's people out there.
Still way too. It's too early. You
Yeah, I
didn't
think
do
it's
any
true.
radio.
What?
Why don't you do a little radio and then reward yourself with Champagne Supernova?
I think we've done a lot of good radio so far.
Yeah, but you got this whole break. I mean, you're doing a 3.5 hour show. It's been 2.5 hours.
Let's see. I have to look up. Someone's telling me I have to look at I am Jess Bailey on Twitter. Why?
Okay.
Check out the pic on a tweet by I am Jess Bailey regarding the Kylie Jenner challenge. What's the Kylie Jenner challenge?
You can look at her for more than 10 seconds without jerking off.
Wow, it will blow your mind.
How old is she, by the way?
If you
I just
haven't
said that.
already.
That's why.
Is she of age at least?
Yeah, she is.
Okay.
She's. I think she might even be close to 19 by now, right?
Boo!
I am Jess Bailey. No, you got to put an E in the Jess part.
Oh, God, you couldn't be
What are you
stupid.
talking about?
You know what he's talking about. Put the E in there, dummy.
There it is. JESS.
Yeah, what's your
Jess.
favorite science thing? M squared?
Jesse.
That would be Jesse.
All right. Well, then whatever.
That would. Nobody has ever.
I would have
spelled-
made this mistake if I got to play Champagne Supernova.
Alpaca.
Why would you?
Why are we looking
it's
at
a picture
pecas?
of a dick
That's a
with
cool
a big,
pic.
It's a,
That's a giant fucking helmet.
Just try the Kylie Jenner challenge on my helmet. I don't get what's going on.
I don't either. I don't
What
know
is the Kylie Jenner challenge?
I don't know.
What?
Oh, it's when you get your lips all big, I guess.
Oh, so then why did the guy do it on his dick?
Because he thought it'd be funny. I'm sure it's just a Photoshop.
I don't understand what's going on with this.
Yepper.
What is the Kylie Jenner challenge, Sam? You're in the know.
I don't give a fuck
You're-
about the Kylie Jenner
You're
challenge.
cool. You always tell us how cool you are. So
I've
tell me
never
what this
said
is
that,
about.
I am fucking the man,
They
but
some shites.
Kylie Jenner challenge. Teens are using bottle tops to get Kylie Jenner lips, and it's terrifying.
yeah, like suction.
And so they're just plumping up their lips?
Yeah.
So what, did Kylie Jenner go too far with her lip shit? Hate when the girls go too far with their lip shit.
Yeah.
A little bit's nice, but relax. Well, those lips are nice, though, right?
Yeah, they're right.
She's starting to become kind of hot, no?
Yes.
She's the less hot one of the two Jenner
Yeah,
girls.
Bruce would be the hot. Oh.
They're a little big.
Are they
The
fake
lips.
or real?
No, they're these poor little girls. They're already starting all that horse shit with the what would you call it? The work. They're getting work done already.
Collagen?
Yes. Ozzy Osbourne and Bill Ward finishing up our music news.
Yeah.
They're fighting. A lot of fighting going on between
Yeah.
between old pals and brothers and such. So what's this about? I guess it happened all weekend. Bill Ward and Ozzy feuding all weekend through Twitter and Facebook posts and all sorts of shit, right?
Do we have their things?
I read this whole thing last night. I enjoyed every word. I almost want to just read the whole fucking thing.
Do we
it's
have it
fascinating. Do we have the whole thing?
I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Is this the same thing? This is probably what I read last night. Yeah, and see, Travis knows it's fascinating too, because look, he highlighted it the entire article. He never does that.
No, he does not.
He only gives us the good shit.
Yeah.
Black Sabbath's Bill Ward continues feud with Ozzy Osbourne. Former Black Sabbath star Bill Ward has fired back at Ozzy Osbourne over his former bandmate's allegations he was not fit enough to take part in the group's reunion projects. Now, we've heard this over the years, Jimmy.
Yeah, Bill was when I saw Bill in '99 or 1 or 2 when he was with the band, he looked heavy then. You could see he was heavier. When they're getting back together, I think, according to Ozzy, at least, Bill hadn't been playing in a long time and was just not in the shape they needed. Because the drumming that's a bitch. If you're you're like a Wolfgang playing bass you can be big and play bass,
right,
or guitar. But drums are just a different,
it's just a different beast.
You got to be in good shape to play the drums, I think, effectively.
Okay. The drummer posted an open letter to Osbourne online earlier this week demanding the frontman apologize for public remarks he had made about Ward. The paranoid singer, that would be Ozzy, responded via a Facebook post which began, "Wow, Bill, what the fuck are you on about?" Osbourne continued, "I cannot apologize for comments or opinions I may have made about you in the press during Sabbath's 13th album and tour."
13th album.
What did I say?
13th.
Oh, sorry. Sabbath's 13th album and tour. Physically, you knew you were fucked. So what year was the 13th album
That was
again?
2013. And it was
Only a couple years ago.
In 11/11/11, they did a press conference where the band all came out. Henry Rollins introduced them. And they all said that they're going to do this new album. And I guess it got delayed. Bill's contract wasn't what he wanted. I don't know what percentage they were giving him, but it was a much smaller percentage. And then I think he couldn't physically. He thought it was an unsignable contract.
Why?
Because I think he wanted an equal split between all 4 members.
Right.
Now, I understand why people would say that.
Why did they want to give him less money?
Because this is my guess. First of all, they said Bill hadn't been playing. And I'm guessing Ozzy knows that he is the big draw in a Sabbath reunion. And in a way, I see his point because he was fired from the band. Ozzy got thrown out of Black Sabbath. He didn't leave Black Sabbath. He didn't want to leave Black Sabbath.
Right.
They fired him in '79.
Why did they fire him?
Because he was so far gone. I guess he was. They were all fucking doing drugs, but I think that they thought Ozzy was hurting the band by doing them too much. That was their excuse. And then Bill was actually the guy they had fire Ozzy, who was Ozzy's closest friend in the band.
So they always had kind of an issue.
Well, no, I think that it was hard for Bill to do. And I've seen Bill in a documentary called Don't Blame Me. After that saying, I felt very dishonest, and I'm very proud of Ozzy for what he's doing now.
Right.
And then Ozzy went on to do Blizzard and had an amazing solo career.
And then what happened to Sabbath?
They did amazingly well with Dio. They did 3 albums, Heaven and Hell, Mob Rules, and Live Evil. And then they came back into Dehumanizer a couple years later, 95, which was great. Actually, about 15 years later. And then they had some real dry years, man. Some real lean years when it was just Tony. It was Black Sabbath featuring Tony Iommi. Geezer at one point played with Ozzy. And then the idea of a reunion came up in the late 90s. I think the first time they did it, it was just with Ozzy, Tony, and Geezer. I believe they reunited like that once, and it was just... no, I'm wrong. They came back as Sabbath. They did Reunion, the record, which had 2 new songs on it. And then they talked about doing a new album.
So they thought Ozzy was way, was out of control. But then Ozzy, after getting fired from Black Sabbath, turns around and has an amazing solo career.
Well, Sharon really saved him. I mean, I heard he was just laying in a fucking hotel room with a pizza box on his chest,
But she would have been able to save him if he was still in Sabbath. Because there was no real time between him being fired and him kicking ass solo with his solo career.
They had to be separated because I think her father was managing Sabbath at the time. It caused a great rift between Sharon and Don Arden.
Right.
And she came and rescued him, really. I mean, she made him believe in himself again, and they found Randy Rhoads. But, it's easy to say, because, again, we always side with the guy who's been kicked out when it comes to music. And I love Bill Ward. I love him. I've interviewed him. He's a sweet guy. But I do understand if they say, look, this guy wasn't playing, And if you look at Ozzy, and I'm really not just sucking Ozzy's dick because I love Ozzy, but he is the big story in the reunion is Ozzy Osbourne playing with these guys again.
Gotcha. So in the press for Sabbath's 13 album and tour, physically you knew you were fucked. That's what Ozzy said. We didn't think you could have done a 2-hour set with a drum solo every night, so we made the decision to move on. Let's be honest. Deep down inside, you knew you weren't capable of doing the album and a 16th month tour, Bill. We go back a long way. Let's stop this now before it gets out of hand. Did he play on Sabbath's 13th album?
He did not. On 13
album?
he did not.
Sorry.
They used Brad. Oh my God, from Rage Against the Machine. Oh geez, I'm spacing on his name.
I know who you're talking about.
Oh my
I forgot
God,
his name too.
Can you look it up? How the fuck am I spacing on his name?
Yeah, well,
Brad Wilk. I believe it's Brad Wilk from Rage, and he was amazing.
Brad Wilk, you're right.
But Ozzy wanted to use Tommy Clufitos, and Tony said no. He felt more comfortable with Brad. Tommy Clufitos was with Zombie at one point, and now he's the guy that tours with him, and he's an animal. Here's how you know he's good. They do almost a 2-hour show with a drum solo, and his drum solo is long, and it gets a huge ovation.
Really?
And he's not Bill Ward. Like he's the guy who's the newer guy in Sabbath. And people still respond very positively to his drum solo. So if you have any doubt that this guy's fucking awesome, you just got to watch the fan reaction to him.
So that pissed off Ward that he wasn't part of 13.
I think he was hurt, sure.
And touring behind that album. However, Ward is not about to back down, and he posted a lengthy rebuttal on his own Facebook page on Friday. He writes, I was ready and in shape to record. I knew I would need to get in better shape for the gigs, same as I have needed to do and have done in the past. I was beginning my workout regime to get tour ready. So he's saying he was in shape enough to do the album in a studio, but he wasn't in shape enough to go on tour. I guess those two would be different in the end, right?
I think so, sure.
Night after night playing.
Oh, yeah, man.
Over
two
like,
hard
all right,
hours.
we need you a couple hours here, a couple hours tomorrow.
Tonight,
maybe.
tomorrow. It's rough,
Yeah. I knew what I needed to do to play the gigs, and I was confident I would be ready. I would not commit to an extensive tour without believing I could go all the way with it. I wouldn't have. What is this? I wouldn't have.
Wouldn't have.
Like it wouldn't
And then why
have.
is that? Yeah, why is the T way over there then? Do that to our fans. Okay, whatever. I didn't expect you to respond to my request for an apology. By the way, it's pretty easy to go back and really look at what was truth and what was not. Why did you stay in the studio working with me? Why did we go to England for band rehearsals in August 2011? Why did we continue rehearsing in the fall? Why did you call me in late January 2012, asking me to come over to England to continue rehearsals? Why, if you thought I was so unhealthy? Did you continue with me at all? You know why, Oz, because I was fine. I was playing. I was good to go. Well, I think Ozzy saw something in there, or the band in general saw something in there with those interactions, and we're probably second guessing, going, man, I don't know if this guy could do it, right?
Well, yeah, I'm guessing that's what they're saying, and Bill is saying that he was ready to go over, and they had rehearsed, and I remember at the time he said something about, I won't go until I have a signable contract. I don't know what the contract breakdowns are. I'd love to know. My guess, and this is a completely uneducated guess, is 50% Ozzy, 20 Tony, 20 Geezer, 10 Bill. And that might be totally wrong. It might be Ozzy, Geezer, and Bill 30, 30, 30, and 10. I just don't know.
Well, they wanted to give Bill a lot less.
I'm guessing they did.
Yeah. And then, so there were contract issues. There were probably issues where the rest of the band was thinking, I don't know if this guy could actually do it.
I know at one point they had wanted him to tour with, where I think Tommy did most of the show, and then Bill came out at the end. And again, I understand why that's embarrassing for Bill. He wants to do the whole show. And then the band might go, well, your body can be, you can do more this way. At least the fans get to see Bill. I don't think fans would have minded that. Like, I get why Bill doesn't want to do it, but the fans, as a Sabbath fan,
right.
Tommy's doing a great job. But as soon as Tommy walked off the stage and Bill Ward came on, it would have been like, there's Black Sabbath. Like, this is what we wanted. Physically, Bill's in his, 60s. It's hard to be a drummer in your 60s with a fucking band like Sabbath.
Right.
No one would have held it against Bill.
Right.
Everyone would have been like, we love Bill. We're just fucking happy that you're here.
Right.
Even if it was just to come out and play one song and take a bow.
Right.
I would have been happy to see Bill Ward.
Gotcha. He continues, I don't believe a word of it. I am not an enemy. Eternity will show and serve as proof. I'm not going to own a fucking thing other than I came into the studio initially overweight to tour, but not overweight to record. I was good to record. All All of you know how much I put in, especially when I prepare to tour. Your own anticipatory fear has got you by the balls. He adds, I don't fuck with sincerity and honesty, period. I've done nothing but bring my truth to the fans. Man, you spin it real well. Sorry I can't love you back, Oz. I put my love for you somewhere safe inside my heart in 2012 when your story started showing up. It's hard to love someone who thinks he's telling the truth by making false claims, elitist comments, and just plain rude statements. It'll show up, Oz, in your dreams. All my actions have been of loyalty, honesty, and open-mindedness. Stay safe, old friend. Sad we couldn't roll it out for the fans one more time.
Yeah.
So they got issues. They got issues.
I
was in.
Yes, I heard it was very good.
Thank you.
It's sad. You know,
Of course.
it's really sad to, I guess this is what happens, but I just wish they could do it one more time, like you said, for the fans. And I know that they've wanted him on the tour, because I've heard Ozzy say that in like off, you know, in private discussions.
Right.
We would fucking love to have him. Like, he really has said that, and it's like I just wish that whatever is the problem, like if they both sat down, they'd probably both tell you different stories.
Well, there's some bitterness over the contract.
What about Tony and Geezer, though? These guys are also a big part of Black Sabbath. So it's, you know, they have to weigh in, too.
Does Ward have other issues?
Bill is, I believe, sober. I think he's no, I think he's doing well. I mean, unless physically, I don't know what he's doing physically, but I mean,
Right.
mentally, I've always thought he was in good shape, and he always struck me as an honest guy.
That's got to kill you, man. Your boys are fighting.
I mean, look, I'm happy they did Reunion. I'm happy I have 13. I'm happy I have 13. Even though Bill's not on it, I'm still happy I have that record now.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of my favorite things they ever did.
Well, you got to think from where Ozzy sits. They get back together. They do 13. Of course, the thing to do would be have Bill Ward on there. So obviously, whether it was contracts or they felt truly that he just couldn't do it. I don't think they would just purposely diss the guy.
No, I think it was probably a combination of things. Again, when you're fired from a band, it's got to, when you come back, it's got to be on your own terms. I'm sure he loves those guys, but it's like getting fired and going, we want to do a new record. The fans want to see a new record. Especially since Ronnie's died now and Heaven and Hell can't tour.
Right.
It was in their interest, like, let's just do this with Ozzy.
Right.
And it worked.
So did Ozzy respond to what Bill Ward said?
I don't know. I can't believe I didn't even think. I swear to you, I did not even think. Did I tell you I saw him over the weekend? It was very brief.
What did you say?
We have Ozzy. We have a mutual friend. And I wasn't planning on seeing him. I just happened to go say hello to this guy, and Ozzy was there. And we chatted for 2 minutes because my manager was waiting for me in the car. And we just had like a brief chat on the way out of this guy's house. And it was...
Who's the other guy? Don't want to say?
No. Yeah, even though everyone knows he knows him, it's just, you know...
So you were... All right.
It was a very brief chat. I didn't even think to ask. I wasn't expecting to see him.
You were going to see an
See a buddy of mine, yeah.
old friend in L.A., and Ozzy happened to be there.
Yes.
Gotcha.
And it wasn't even a house, really. It was a recording studio, but...
Oh, look at you.
Well, you know.
Fancy.
Well, it was my buddy recording something with someone else.
Oh, fancy. Did he ask you to be part of the recordings?
He did not.
Should have humored you.
No, it wasn't. It's not his record. He was just, you know.
Gotcha.
I would love to have been a part. But it was a nice surprise and a 5-minute chat. And I just didn't think to. He was just asking me what I was doing out there.
Right. Yeah, that would have been you would have got the inside scoop.
Yeah.
I'm sure Sharon is chomping at the bit to comment about what Bill Ward said about Ozzy in that long Facebook post.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if she says something very soon.
Maybe, bums me out. It's part of life. It's, you know, it's what happens with big people. Kiss, they can't get it together either.
Yeah, but they got it together forever.
But I'm saying, like, it's at the point now, we want one more.
But how many more do you guys need?
It's just, we just want it to end the way it began.
I was a Kiss fan as well, but I don't know. It was like 98 they got back, 96 or 97 they got back
96.
together. And that was supposed to be the last time, wasn't it?
Sure. But I mean, we still want one more. I mean, that's when the band is still going, while they're still kicking, while there's new life, you just want one more. I mean, that's the way it is. You want one more.
You got 2 out of the 4.
Yeah, and with Sabbath, we have 3 of the 4. Mm-hmm. But they pulled out. They were supposed to do, their final show was supposed to be in Japan. And then Sabbath is not doing that. So everyone is speculating about Tony's health. And he's saying, no, I'm okay. And who knows?
Right. All right.
Because that was going to be their last show. I was going to fly to Japan in November.
You should.
I would have.
You still should. It's Japan.
Well, not if it's not Sabbath's not there. I'm not just going to go there to look at Japanese people. Hi, guys, I'm here.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah, but I'm not going to,
Their population is in decline.
Is it?
Japan, yeah. There was an article over the weekend about that. I think more people are dying than being born now in Japan or something like that.
Poor Japanese.
The graying of a nation, they said, or something, or a graying of a country.
That's sad.
Anyway, so there you go for your music news. That was amazing. Absolutely amazing. Now let's play Champagne Supernova.
Really?
What? Audrey in Tennessee.
Oh, thank God.
Yes, go ahead and play Champagne Supernova.
Told you.
I've been waiting to hear it.
Told you,
for,
Sam.
Cool. You should have been listening to it at home.
Yeah.
Why am I?
No,
Why is
I
everyone
didn't
against
call
Champagne
the way to work.
Supernova?
It's good
I
news.
love
It's on
you
iTunes.
guys.
All right.
I'm going to listen to you guys. I'd rather listen it with you guys.
We're going to play it now, or
Turn on lithium or whatever.
lithium?
There's a way to listen to it where you don't need to do it on what is a fun chat show.
That's what they're starting to call this, right?
A fun chat show.
We're having a fun chat show.
Well, we're going to play it, but I guess not now.
No, it's not. Now's not a good time.
Good news for everyone that loves peeing in public in New York City. They're not going to throw you in the slammer for that anymore. New York City Council reportedly in talks to decriminalize minor offenses, including public urination, drinking on the street, and subway fare beating. So what, you just get a ticket on the spot?
Yeah, but
Instead of them hauling you away?
pissing in public's a little different.
Yeah, but sometimes you gotta fucking go, man, and these shop owners will not let you use their fucking bathrooms. They're sacred to them.
There's just going to be piss and alcoholics everywhere.
You think that's what's gonna happen?
Everybody's going to
It's
be
a slippery slope.
I hate when people say slippery slopes. Don't say that.
Everyone's going to be going to the bathroom all over the
It's
place.
a dumb thing to say, the slippery slope.
Absolutely. Unless you're on one. I mean, let's just put the little amendment
You're
there.
right.
Don't say slippery slope. Don't say kicking the can.
Well,
At the end of the day, don't say that either.
people, if you allow people to piss, at the end of the day, they're going to be shitting too. It's a slippery slope.
It absolutely is, Sam. Way to incorporate all the lingo.
Yeah, if you'd let Jim and I kick the can a little bit, we could figure out this whole thing.
That's right.
I see.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know why that's a story.
Because you're going to be allowed to piss.
No, you're not allowed to piss. They still will write you up. It'll be the same exact shit, except you don't have to, spend time in jail.
Some people are willing, though. They're like, I'm not going to go to jail for this. Oh, I'll take a fine for this.
Some people fucking just have to relieve themselves no matter what. So,
But in New York, there's so many people around.
Call
There's
it the
no
Big Apple, Sam.
You're right. If you're walking around the Big Apple, there's no good place to piss in public. It's one thing if you have to pull over on the highway or something, but not just to piss.
No.
People walking,
Talking,
people
fucking,
talking.
We do have a bit of news with Ben Affleck, too. That's a...
No.
Are we doing celebrity news now, guys? What is the Ben Affleck thing? Is that like Ancestry.com show?
Yep.
That show's still on TV?
It's on
Yeah.
PBS though, I think, instead of
I
NBC.
liked it for a little while, and then I tapped out.
It's not on NBC anymore.
So that's why I tapped out. It wasn't on NBC anymore, so it was hard to find. But basically, they get celebrities and they look into their past and see who their ancestors are. And Ben Affleck found out one of his ancestors was a slave owner. Is that what this story's about?
Supposedly, yes.
And then Ben Affleck basically said, please don't include that in my little storyline for your show, right?
Yeah, I guess it's one of the emails that was hacked in the Sony hack, because WikiLeaks put out all of the Sony emails from the Sony hack.
Oh, is that where they got that from?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Benifer.
And I guess
Ben Affleck.
Benefit at AOL.com.
Suppressed slave owning ancestry, hacked Sony emails
Why would he
claim.
suppress that? He's not a fucking... It's nothing to do with him as a person.
You can't, control what your ancestors did before you.
Are you afraid that takes the platform that you stand on away? Like, who cares what your ancestors did? You can admit it.
Well,
How weak of an argument would that be, too? Well, your ancestors owned...
Weren't there a lot of slave owners, though, back then?
Absolutely.
Wasn't it
Quite a few.
Relatively...
It was accepted in a big part
Thank
of the
you.
country.
I was about to say...
great.
No, I was about to say normal,
No,
but I don't
wouldn't
think...
slaves just go into your laundry room and do it for you?
I don't think I don't think you should say normal, but it was definitely accepted by a lot of people back then.
It was totally fine.
I mean, a lot.
Yeah, it was fine.
They didn't know any better.
Oh.
Well, I think a lot of people didn't know any better.
I think it was fine.
No, they knew better, right?
Of course they knew better. It's a human being. Like, it's always been a human being.
Yeah, but
well,
people had a way of looking at it that allowed them to do it.
Yeah, because it was legal and the powers that be allowed it, so people would just
Not a brand muffin.
put their morals aside.
did they know it was wrong, you think?
Yes.
Always?
Yes.
There's a lot of dumb people out there.
Yeah, but that's like saying, I mean, people who own these, we were talking about the animals at the beginning of the show, people who own the slaughterhouses on some level have to know it's wrong, but they ignore it because you're making a little money. What are you...
I'm humming my song.
I was making a point.
Oh.
And I was bringing the whole show together.
I know, but man, I really like that song. Now I'm distracted. I'm telling you should have just played the 7.5 minute song. I would have been very focused.
I was being a professional broadcaster
Hold
for
on,
a
turn
moment.
it down now because we got to discuss this shit. Go on, Sammy. Talk about this motherfucking shit.
Thank God for you, Jim.
Get to
or
it.
whoever you are.
Yeah, man, I'm motherfucking Chip
Are you
combined with the Gossip Kid.
Oh, I
Gossip
The
Kid.
Gossip Kid.
I thought this was a new character.
No.
Oh,
This
Chip
motherf-
the Gossip Kid?
There's two different people. Chip's just kind of playing in and out.
gotcha.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you go on now and tell your motherfucking truth.
What was your point?
Piece of garbage.
Did this...
Can't just wait for after the show. What was your point?
You ain't shit.
What was the point?
The point was that the same
Just
way...
wait.
Wait for what?
After the show. We're doing
Why
a
would
show
we
right
t-
now.
Why would we talk after the show?
Because you're making some point that has nothing to do with anything we're talking about.
Literally has to do with everything we've been talking
Oh,
about.
all right. What's your point?
I don't even want to make it anymore. It
Make
feels...
a motherfucking point, bitch ass cocksucker.
You believe that most slave owners knew it was wrong?
Yes. The same way...
I don't think they thought it was wrong. I think you're wrong because I don't think they looked at blacks as humans. They looked at
Yeah,
them
but you
as
know what? People who own...
I think in hindsight they now
people
know
who
it
have
was wrong.
slaughterhouses now,
Right.
and are killing animals the way we saw in that documentary trailer earlier in today's show. On some level, they know that that's wrong, but they overlook it because they have business, whatever. Because it benefits them financially, so they overlook their morals and ignore that they know it's wrong, which is, I think, what slave owners did.
I don't know. I don't know about that.
I don't know. Whatever.
Yes.
Slaughterhouses. I think they think they're just completely
They know.
in the right.
They know.
Why?
Because it's obvious. On some level, they know, but they're ignoring it.
But they know animals don't have souls.
When you look at a cow's eye and he's
I
giving
do
you
every
that,
day.
Okay, you're looking at E-Rock.
No, I'm
right
not.
now. Yes, you just were.
Nah, I'm looking straight down. You're spreading rumors, you motherfucking rumor spreader. I kill you.
You wore your Black Sabbath shirt for the big Black Sabbath story today.
Yes, I am.
Was that
That
why
was
you
smart.
did?
That was smart.
Oh, this would be great for our music news
Yeah,
segment.
I'm pointing at my motherfucking shirt. I kept pointing at it. Come on, Open it to it.
We're gonna do this.
Yeah, da 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 da. Then I got to chime in.
That's a really nice concert shirt, by the way. I like that
I
one.
got it on the 13 tour, and I paid for it.
Really
I
nice.
paid for my shirts. Tickets are free.
Is it soft? Is
Is
it
it soft?
is it a soft shirt? I hate t-shirts that aren't soft.
He didn't offer Opie a piece of the shirt. He just pointed his torso in his
I will say
direction.
that as I stood up, Opie's finger did tweak the old nip, and if
sure
you want to
did.
know, hard as a dime.
Sam Roberts doesn't see a problem with Affleck's ancestors owning slaves because so did Sam's ancestors.
That's true. That's how Sam came to be.
All of our ancestors owned slaves. There's a good chance.
Mine are from Ireland. They did not. They came in the 20s. Came to this country and
Yeah.
did not own slaves. I am not a product of slave ownership. However, I do benefit from the system that was put in place. So thank you guys.
So thank
Got
you
it.
very much.
Thank you very much.
I don't know. I really don't know the answer to that question.
I do.
I think you're just assuming that they knew it was wrong.
Of course they knew it was wrong.
I don't know, man. I swear to you, I don't know what the answer
The
is.
reason I said I
there.
don't know if they knew it was wrong, I don't think they looked at blacks as real humans. Like
They used to put them in zoos, Sam.
No, they didn't.
Yeah.
Did they?
Yes. Look it
Well,
up.
no, it was that one dude
There was a few.
who we talked about.
There were a few.
Who I don't
I don't
remember
know what
his
that's-
name.
Bing.
Bingo Boingo or whatever his name
Oh my
was.
God, we had a ball with that guy for a while. What was his name again? Could you
Boingo
look it up?
Boingo.
Jerry Shepardini.
He I think he was the last one that was on display in a zoo, if I remember correctly.
Wow.
They actually put black people in a zoo.
Wow.
as
Otabanga.
attraction. What?
Otabanga.
Oh, that's right. Remember? Deep racism, the
Otabanga.
forgotten history of human zoos. Through the 1950s, Africans and Native Americans were kept in zoos as exhibits.
To the 50s?
That's why people are still pissed off.
They still talk about the good old days in the 50s when people are like, America used to be a...
That's why I don't buy that argument. Get over it, slavery. Yeah. No, man. I mean, in the 50s, this little black girl was in a zoo as an exhibit.
In Brussels.
Where's the Uda guy?
Otabanga?
Otabanga!
Otabanga!
Remember that?
Otabanga! He's just running all clumsily.
Yeah.
For a green card, I gotta carve him up nice. What is Scarface? It's pretty good.
Otabanga at the Bronx Zoo. Yeah, right here in New York.
Wow.
At the Bronx Zoo, they had this Otabanga. Let me pick up the story from here. It might work.
Yes, it will.
All right, good. In 1906, the amateur anthropologist Madison Grant, who was the head of the New York Zoological Society, put a pygmy, Otabanga, on display at the Bronx Zoo in New York City. The display was in the primate exhibit, and Oda, whatever, was often made to carry around chimpanzees and other apes.
Jesus. Fucking Christ.
Eugenicist and
I have a
zoo
feeling that'd be a
director
problem today.
William Horton labeled Oda the missing link. The public flocked to see the display. So you now go back and you tell me that they knew it was wrong.
I think there were a lot of people
1906.
that knew that was wrong.
Slavery ended in what, like 19...
No.
Yeah, but you had slaves.
Say it, Sam, for fuck's sake.
Wait, what year was slavery?
Emancipation Proclamation was 1850s, I guess. It was 1856. That's my guess. Sam, look it up.
Fuck.
Come on, you're on the computer.
I know.
Take the step, buddy.
That's about right around the day.
I'm going to guess 18. Emancipation Proclamation. It's a fun word to say.
Hopefully you know more about the Emancipation Proclamation than you did the Stamp Act.
And the Gossip Kid is all over the place. One is much bigger than the other. What year is it?
1865.
I was a couple years off. What do I know? I wasn't there. I
1865.
was fucking busy doing a gig.
Popping and locking.
Yeah. I don't even call it that's too long. I just call it the E to the P.
They were freed in 1865, though. That's the legislation. Then they said, all right, well, legislation, but we're going to take our time actually freeing them. Yeah.
Right.
It was 1865.
Then they offered him 40 acres and a mule.
So I really don't know if they knew it was wrong,
knew.
Sam. So that's 1865. It goes way back before that, obviously. And if you had blacks in zoos in the 1950s,
They knew too.
and early 1900s.
Lots of people know when they are doing wrong things, but they do them because it benefits them financially or however other way.
Well, I agree.
Fiscally.
I understand that part of it, Sam. But
yeah, that's exactly what was happening.
Say fiscally.
It was a fiscal benefit.
A fiscal abomination.
what's the point? Oh, Ben Affleck.
Yes.
Benefa.
So one of his ancestors was a slave owner, and Ben Affleck didn't want that as part of the show. So
Yeah.
did they edit that out of the show?
They did.
Yeah,
And
they
but
did.
they fought back. They're like, editorially, this is not good if people find out. But then they said they just concentrated. But I think that there was a pushback. We'll read the excuse. It says 4 or 5 of our guests this season descended from slave owners, including Ken Burns. Gates continued in the email, wasn't even a bad guy.
Now, Anderson Cooper's ancestor was a real SOB. One of his slaves actually murdered him. Of course, the slave was promptly hanged, and Anderson didn't miss a beat about that.
Sure, why should he?
Yeah, because you don't know these people.
It's not like you co-signed what they did.
I'm sure every family had some really shitty fucking people that came before them.
Mine doesn't. We were
Except for
voted
Jim Norton.
nicest family to ever immigrate.
Then I guess you're the
Except
first.
for Jim Norton.
It's not true. I'm a giver.
Sure we all have murderers in
AIDS.
our ancestry.
Whoa.
Is that a little much?
Whoa.
That was too far.
Hey, man, how about a notch down? What the heck?
I don't have a problem with this.
I don't either. I think it's
Of
terrible
course,
they ended it up.
someone like Ben Affleck, of course, would want to clean up his history. Of
That's
course
awful.
he would.
But that's a really bad thing. Like that means you're such a fake motherfucker. You're such a phony that you're afraid that some ancestor who was an asshole reflects instead of just going, "This is who it was."
Right. Well, but we know he's that type of guy.
I know. It's just disappointing.
Everything you just said, we already know that's sort of what he is.
Who knows? I may have just been his shitty publicist, but I'm sure it went to him. I'd love to ask him about that.
Well, we were getting high. It's a high song, even 420. Fucking E-Rock. What are you waiting for?
Said it earlier.
Perfect.
Somebody's eating his edibles in there and forgetting things.
All right, we do have to take a break, unfortunately.
I gotta take a motherfucking
I'm playing this fucking song
tinkler.
Now?
to wrap up the whole 420 show. That
You know
we're
where you
doing
can hear
today.
this song? Next weekend in Rochester.
That's next week already?
It's the 30th, we're May 2nd. I'm doing, I think, Brother Weeze's show, if he'll have me, if the politics have changed, if we're not at war with him anymore. And the Rock on the Range is sold out. Borgata, July 10, 11. I just booked Minnie as my old agent and still friend, Pete Pappalardi, called Minneapolis. You want to do Minnie? I would hang up on him.
Good.
Don't ever say that. The 25th in Minnie. At Mill City Nights, and the 26th in Detroit.
I want to go to Rochester, I think.
Should.
I think I want to do that. I didn't know it was next week, though. I got to figure all that shit out. No one cares about this. It's
Yeah,
just
let's-
the thoughts in my head right now. Thinking
I
it
do.
over. What are we going to do after the break, Sam?
Make love.
Well, besides that,
I'm all loved out.
I know there's another story in here
Yeah,
somewhere.
there's so much stuff going on today.
Not really.
I know, I say that every single day.
Unless you want to talk about playoff hockey some more.
Bobby
Sam.
Brown said that the daughter's awake.
She's got her eyes open, I think.
Okay, well, that's a good sign.
No, it's not. Sometimes that's not a good sign. They're just in that room with their eyes open and
No,
not
I mean,
reacting.
Hopefully. Wait.
What is he actually saying? And could this be backed up by professionals?
Bobby Brown's
people
a
in the know.
professional.
What do you say? Bobby Brown says daughter Bobby Christina Brown is awake after spending nearly 3 months in a coma on life support. I could say today Bobby is awake, but that doesn't mean she's doing well.
But if Bobby Brown wants to say this, that's his prerogative.
Get out. Brown's news was a surprise after he made despairing public comments earlier this month. I don't know what the hell I'm going through right now, he said at a festival in L.A., but I'm giving it to God and letting him deal with it. It's a tragic situation over there. But it doesn't mean she's doing well.
No.
And it doesn't mean she's actually going to, have any type of productive life. Oh, my God, I'm 3 for 3. So what does that mean? That's all we know? He just said that at a concert, so they're
Yeah.
trying to figure out what that actually means?
Yeah.
Well, you get Dr. Steve on the phone. He'll tell you. I mean,
He knows about Bobby Christina?
well, coma victims, they wake up. I mean, they don't. I mean, they open their eyes, but they're still pretty deeply not there.
A muscle response or something?
I don't know. That's why we need someone like him on the fucking show to discuss it.
What about this Marco Rubio, huh?
He's a twat.
Is he your guy?
His brother Polo
None of
is
these
better.
What?
Polo Rubio?
Marco Polo.
That's not what it would be.
Sam, none of these guys are my guys.
No?
No, I'm not a big fan of politics.
Not
or
even Jeb
politicians. Nope. I'd like to see Rand Paul make it exciting. Hillary's got a huge lead. I know a little bit about this stuff. Mark Rubio, I'll tell you what Mark Rubio said. He said, what did he say? I think he's pretty much admitting you're born gay.
Yes, he said homosexuality is not a choice in the vast majority of cases.
I believe him.
That's controversial for a Republican to say.
Vast. But I think there are a few that go, you know what?
I think there are literally zero.
He's even worse, though.
I think
because
there's a few people that go, you know what, that's going to be my thing.
I don't think so.
But I think overwhelmingly you're born gay. Yes.
Yeah.
But I think a few are like, you know what?
I think zero.
You think zero?
Zero choose.
That's. I would have to think about that.
Yeah. That's my stance.
So if you go that way, you always had a little of that in you.
You always had all of it in you.
All of it.
It's you. You can be bisexual,
Right.
just like a little bit of everything. That's cool.
But you can't choose to be gay
Nope.
in all circumstances?
All.
What if you're just like, I don't know, you're a little funky inside?
What does that mean?
Almost like you're bored with pussy. You're like, all right, well, this now excites me.
Then you're not gay. You just wanted to see what it's like to have a dick in your mouth. That's cool too.
So isn't that sort of what
No,
he's saying?
Sorry, guys, I was just thinking out loud. What? Oh, I didn't realize we were talking.
Wait, so you're almost with me on this?
No,
But that doesn't officially make you gay. It's just that you decide
Maybe that's
to
where we differ.
you decide to just get a little funky inside.
You can perform a gay act without being gay,
Okay, gotcha.
and that can be a choice.
He's listening intently over there for some reason.
Yeah.
I've never seen him more focused in my life.
Just jotting down the rules.
Yeah. I heard bitch boy was standing up getting hopeful.
Anyway, Rubio says he believes gays are born that way, but... And this is where he's a...
This is where he's a cocksucker.
Thank you. He's a twat. He's
Yeah.
just trying to get people to fucking... He's trying to play it both ways. But they don't have a right to marry.
Well, then he goes on his thing about, well, you know, I don't believe in a constitutional amendment and states' rights, and we shouldn't be redefining blah, 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 blah.
But marriage is a shitty institution.
It's the worst.
It truly is a shitty institution. I don't know why we put it up on a pedestal and go, oh, because
Yeah.
most marriages fail.
It's absurd.
It used to be like I remember when I was growing up, it was like 20 to 30%, but that was because religious people were scared to get divorces. And now I remember when it was 50. Now I'm hearing it's like 65%, something like that. Of all marriages fail.
It's a lot. It's like, you know, well, because people used to get married in their 20s.
So Rubio's trying to get some of those Democrats, some of those lefties, some of those liberals, all of the above, to vote for him.
But that's ridiculous.
He's trying to play it both fucking ways.
But
That's what he's doing.
He's a moron because he's got to worry about the primaries first. All the Republicans are going to vote for a better Republican.
Right. And Springer taught us that just because you're a liberal doesn't mean you're a Democrat, right? He told us that.
There you go.
Yep. He's smart about what he said about Hillary, too. How all the Republicans are now going to focus on her because they know she's going to get the nomination. That was
Yeah.
a very astute point by my friend J.S.
He's got a massive, meaning Hillary.
Oh.
She's got a huge lead, even over Biden.
Yeah.
Like a huge lead. There's no one even close.
Hillary's going to get the nomination.
I'd much rather see Biden, though, than her.
Would you?
Yeah, he would be a
He was
trip in
vice
the White
president.
House.
He'd
How
be much
great
more
would he be?
fun.
He would be a blast.
And he
but,
was in public life a lot longer than she was.
but you bring in Hillary.
I kind of want to see Bill
Exactly.
walking around that White House giving the tours.
That's it.
You know when like the first lady has to like show the
Right.
Christmas tree? Now you got Clinton showing off the White House Christmas tree. Who doesn't want to see that?
You want Bill to go on diplomatic missions?
Yeah, he'd probably be like, hey, Merry Christmas, give me a fucking dress or something.
Why would you say that?
So, did not come all over that lady or something.
I am torn because it would be great to see Bill Clinton in the news every day again.
Every day. That's why you got to vote for Hillary.
I would be torn.
I'm the first lady or something.
What do you think would happen if Bill was in the news every day?
See, I'm the first lady. Here's a cigar up your butt or something.
Your butt.
Yeah. Look at me. I'll put a cigar up the fat girl butt or something. So, yeah, I was the president, but now I'm a vice president. I'm just going to eat a pussy, put a cigar up that fat lady pussy or something.
I don't know if Chip did all the research into the
don't like
political side of
Chip Clinton?
No.
My wife got some big fat angles and shits. No, Chip Clinton's not a hit.
No. Yeah, I
By
think
the-
Chip
Who
Clinton
do you
would
want
have a tough time on Bill Maher's show.
Yeah. Who do you want to be the next president, Jim Norton?
Don't know. I want to see who I'm inclined to say Rand Paul, even though there's things he's done that's annoyed me, but I think he's the most different at all of them.
He doesn't have a
Shouts
shot.
at women.
I don't care about that.
He's going to have a lot of the young voting for him, but I don't think he has a shot.
I don't know if he's pro-choice. Is he pro-choice or anti? Because his father, I think, was anti-abortion.
I
He was
honestly don't
interesting.
know offhand.
I don't like any of them. It's a shame that none of them seem to. We'll see who what's the other
Because they all play it safe, like
libertarians put up.
Marco Rubio is playing it safe. He's riding the fence on this.
He's even more despicable. If he feels that you're born that way, at least if you think being gay is a choice, then you could say people are making a choice. I don't want them to get married. But if you really think that you should be on. By the way, fuck Rand Paul, too. I hope he does. He's 100% pro-life. So I guess he's totally anti-abortion or he wants it to go to the states.
100%. You know what, though? I don't agree with...
At least he's saying it.
Yeah, thank you, Jimmy, because I'm not 100% pro-life.
This article is from
Fuck no.
2013.
So that's what he believes. What?
But so he may not be as blatant to say it now because he's actually running.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, that's all.
But
I don't know.
It takes balls to take a stance on something.
Ugh. He believes life begins at conception. Ugh.
Starts pretty early, brother. When you see those sonograms,
I know.
Holy
I know.
fuck, there's a lot going on there.
I know.
It was an eye opener for the kid when I started having kids. I'm like, all that's going on already? What the fuck?
Yeah.
But
Not a conception.
But I'm not a fucking scientist. I don't know. I don't know.
Not at conception.
Not a concept.
Depends on your definition of life.
Well, is he one of these
Boys and
people?
girls.
Is he one of these people that says you shouldn't use a morning after pill, or who knows? They're all cunts.
Yeah.
All of them.
As far as the universe goes, that's when life begins.
I mean, I'm spitting life into the toilet when I jerk off.
I think
And that's not when you're usually more swallowing life, and it ain't yours.
I didn't mean out of my mouth.
Yeah, I'm swallowing life of all colors.
the poor sperm